Good morning. I think you'll be able to see it better now. Let me update this. I am doing it again. Uh, First of all, I ended up threatening somebody online, at the end of the show. Somebody said that was a bad threat, take it out. People got scared, towards the end of that initial video, which I will not do anymore. But the threat continues. Yeah, the story ended with, I'm going to repeat that. I'm not going to threaten anybody. Okay, people, don't worry about it. I'm not going to do anything. Uh, what really happened was, okay, I was actually telling that, hurting me is like, playing with fire, and you don't hurt me. If you hurt me, I have every right to defend myself, and of course, that's what I meant. It's not like that I'm going to preemptively strike somebody. If I may use, political notions, these days political things are the ones. But I was not actually planning to go and hit somebody, for no reason. There is a reason, but of course, that's not a reason to be violent. If somebody hurt me like that, of course, I will defend myself. I have a right to defend myself. I have a conceal and carry too. There is no way I'm going to walk away from a confrontation. If somebody is confronting me, I will confront. So that's my thing. So, there was a lot of things I said earlier, which I don't even remember. The thing was, this poem, which I'm going to read, called "A Date with Sorrow." I'm going to maybe change the attitude so that may not end up getting a little pissy towards the end, once I read the poem, and I probably will be able to read better. The earlier I was, when I even when I started reading the poem, it going blah 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 blah, for people on Facebook, I don't know whether anybody is alive at this time on Facebook. 7:24 in the morning. I wake up early and I sleep late. Okay, coming back to the poem. I did a 360-degree show. That was a live show, and I made funny stories during the show and everything. What is this? Oh, okay. My crock is actually blocking something, my chair. Uh, After doing the show or during the show itself, I understood, okay, I look very, very old because my beard was all black and white, and it's mostly white. And I kind of agreed with somebody who recently said, I'm much older. I said, I am not much older. I'm super old. I look like 130 years old. That's what I wrote there. Probably maybe more. Then I kind of flipped. And I looked, I'm heavier. I'm not going to say too many things about fat. That's another complaint that came. Actually, this show, the actual video is getting displayed somewhere too. So the video of it, so it's not from the YouTube. I'm splitting the camera, and the camera link is going directly to another place. I have to tell that, otherwise people will get confused. Who am I talking to? There are not a lot of people there, but there are some people who are laughing at me. I have to do this, so I look a little heavier because when it comes to winter, I pack up so that I can walk around with only wearing short and everything for an extent. But if it is goes, temperature goes down to minus 10, things like that. No, then I wear a jacket. Otherwise, my own fat is my thing. I used the word fat, but I was not calling myself fat either. People are sensitive these days, man. Come on. There is even when I was doing blog TV show, I called myself fat, and I used to call people fat, and there was no problem. Now, if I call somebody fat, there is a problem. Come on, guys, get real here. So when I saw all that, there was a lot of thing going on. My romantic relationship didn't work. My investments and other things are not really popping up, in the way I wanted. I mean, so, generally speaking, there's a lot of bad things happening. That's when I wrote this poem. And, I was trying to set up a server, and that didn't work out on that day. And I had a lot of, tense feelings about, or emotional. Usually I don't get that tense. I'm a guy who takes things easily. You know, if there's a truck coming and trying to hit me, I say, okay, if that's what God intended for me, I'll let it happen, man. Bring it on. I take things with a smile. But on to the flip side, some people who don't believe in God, and they say, okay, we have to find reasons for this, we have to find reasons for that, we have to find. So there are cause and reason, things like that I look for at times. I wrote this poem at that time. The first line of this poem itself was written at that time. What name will you call me, sorrow? Okay, I will come to the whole poem. Before that, I need to tell you why I took this poem. That is, I cannot tell the name of the person. She's not American. She's Central Asian. Not Asian, Central Asian, not European, not American. So you can but she speaks English. Okay. She was speaking to me, when I actually said, I have these things, what are the causes of this? So she said, the initial things she said was really interesting. It interested me a lot. What she said was perfect. She said, you are your own problem. And she used pretty much like this. You're closed and trying to hit on a door like a half beast and a half man. You are trying to hit on doors, but there is no door. And I was like, by the way, I think earlier I showed this. But, I was just sitting like this, reading this. I was like, okay, and that's interesting. You need to open up. You need to think positive, So instead of that, you are closed out, shut out everything. Okay, my body started. It's cold, it's snowing outside. So you focused on things that doesn't work. So I really, really understood that. Once more, I'm going to repeat. The most successful people in the world, they look at what works for them and what doesn't work. And they don't go into anything that doesn't work. Just push it aside. Then they actually take what works for them and focus on what works for them. That's what I should be looking at. What is working for me? But there is that aspect which I'm going to come flipping. From the working part. That was really good. Then she disappointed me. Love triangle. Look at me, love triangle. So that's where I got a little pissy. I'm not going to go deep into it. Love triangle. I'm going to read the poem. I'm going to come back very quickly to it. This is a much shorter video than I thought. It is. I was not very, very, angry, when I actually said what I said earlier. So I'm going to read the poem and I'm going to come back to you and say a little more. Okay, there you go. The name of the poem, as you may see, is called A Date with Sorrow. What name will you call me, sorrow? For you. For in you I lost mine, and also I lost the definitions of what made me who I am. And all that was left were fogs of darkness. What definition should I give you, sorrow? As shredded verses in the depths of soul echo the fantastic fascinations of yours that obsessed in giving hope and then leaving tears upon lips. What reason should I find in your arrival, sorrow? For with you come shadows with no figures, and self-doubts without origins, and mockery of life, and through you gone were the smiles from faces. Life's cycle started slowly, so did the setting of you, sorrow. Nightmares you left made me laugh, love you took danced in mirages not that far. Oh, no storm will last forever, and no curse upon you my soul ever will leave. All the love you took from me, oh, they left me sorrow. The definition of me, I thought in them I lost. Ah, none of them meant to me anything of worth, for all definitions of my own self defined in the love of her to me. I'm looking. This one was better, even though the same errors I almost made. Okay, the same place I actually blubbed. But yeah, that's okay. It's okay for me. It's okay for me, and nobody actually come and complains about me. Okay. uh, Now, what is this poem about? The last line. For all definition of my own self, defined in the love of her to me. So, there is no love from her to me. There is a triangle. And she is closing into somebody else. So, that's what our medium told me. So, don't worry about it. I was like, really? That would have been an easy reason for somebody to tell me, hey, Riaz, I am in love with another person, or I like another person. So, yeah, what would I say? Kill that guy? No. No, I'm not a violent person. I don't really get into violence or things like that. I'm a very understanding person. Don't you know that I'm much older? I'm not a 20-year-old guy or a guy in his mid-20s who will passionately go and do something weird to break somebody up and to gain love. I don't think that is love. I need somebody to love me as who I am, not what they want me to be. Okay? That's the person. Okay, here's the deal. When I like somebody, that person should like me as who I am. Okay? Not in the way they want me to be. Because I like them as who they are. And I don't want them to be who I want them to be. So that's a very, you need to listen to this very back and forth clearly. Then only you will understand it very clearly. So that's what I was trying to, I expected from the girl. I expected her to like me as who I am, as she had seen me in, I cannot say bare nakedness. No, she haven't. As she have really seen me working and how I am in speaking, very openly, open-minded person, openly speaking person. I don't hide anything. I don't lie to people. I don't go, if I don't like something, I immediately tell that. I immediately tell that in front of onto the face of that person. No backbiting. I don't go gossip around people. I tell people the reality. I tell people the absolute truth, because I have done a lot of lying in my life. I have no hesitation saying that. But when I do that, I actually come back to people and say, you understand, I was wrong. I learned that accepting my mistakes and not lying to people are two things that can give you peace of mind. You may be successful in getting something done for the time being by saying a big lie. But down the road, it's going to come and haunt you like a monster you have no idea about. I have faced that situation directly, personally, in my life. When I faced that, at that time I understood, okay, this is a time I have to pull down all that untrue things from my face and my every living being and be truthful to myself and to the world. Because at the end of the day, that's what I can leave. There may be people who actually come and tell, others, I have heard that. I have heard that from online and offline. I have heard people saying, oh, I have heard of this thing about you, man. Somebody was telling that you are this kind of a person. But now that I dealt with you, I think you are a different person. I think you are what you are telling me who you are. They have dealt with me and they have accepted me as who I am. Nobody comes and tells me, oh, you are of a different race, you are of a different religion, or you are of a different age. Nobody actually comes and tells me to stand aside, even though nobody who really knows me. Anyone who really knows me, they won't say that to me. When people don't know me and they heard things from other people, they are the ones who actually have doubts about me. They actually speak to a whole lot of world filled with gossips and filled with, backbiting. And, they will try to destroy others by compulsively lying. So when that happens, I will end up writing poems like this. And wake up at 6 o'clock and start doing a show. Well, I woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning for another reason. But it's really cold. Because here is the thing why I woke up very early. And if you may think that it is very silly. Let me have a sip of water. This thing is tasty. Because this is some 0-calorie water. 0-calorie drink. I cannot say water. These days I have to wipe it away from my mustache, otherwise it will start dripping. The reason is, every day, evening, I leave one bowl of cat food right outside my back door. And I have seen it. People may actually say, that's gross, man. Because the creatures who comes there and eat. There are 2 possums. Okay? 2 possums. These poor things, in the middle of the winter, it's cold. I mean, it's in the 20s. The temperatures are in the 20s. And covered with snow. I mean, it's not a lot of snow. They cannot even go and grab. I have seen them try to, go put their face in things, and I felt bad. I mean, I always leave a bowl of food outside so that they can come and eat. And then there are 2 raccoons. One raccoon, I wrote a poem about it. Okay, the raccoon thing, I wrote a poem about it. The broken leg. He's there, and I go and give food. So they come at a later time, so I fill it again. Early morning, I wake up. Okay, early morning, around 6 o'clock, I wake up, and I put this food again. You know why? There are 3. There are 3 stray cats that comes to my backyard. They are vicious. They will badly attack you if anybody else other than me who comes there, especially in the night. These guys completely hide from the possums and raccoons. They don't even. I have put cameras to see who comes there in the night many days, and I looked at it. No, these things that come. These guys comes early in the morning when possums are all and raccoons are all asleep. They come at that time and eat food. Now you know why I actually keep food. I wake up so early. That is the man you are dealing with. I said that to understand. Earlier, I ended up threatening somebody. Whatever I said can be defined as a threat. But I'm not a threat to anyone. But, I'm a truthful person. It's better to be truthful to me. That way, nobody will be hurt. Emotionally, especially emotionally. Have a great day. Okay, now I'm going to stop this. Stopping my broadcasts are a really tricky scenario. Good day.